Hey everyone, welcome to Module 4.6, Onboarding from a Management Perspective. To ensure that we are on the same page about what onboarding is, let me give a brief description. An onboarding process is more than a successful ticking off a list of to-dos when introducing a new employee to your organization. It is a crucial time to showcase your organization's culture and corporate values. A warm, welcoming, and timely onboarding experience brings new employees into the fold, giving them an immediate taste for how you treat your fellow colleagues. This module will highlight some steps to take in the onboarding process to ensure that every new employee feels welcomed and it will be taken from a manager's rules perspective, as well as break down what the process should look like and highlight some of the benefits of a well-planned onboarding. Let's start with the manager's role. As a manager, before you prepare your onboarding strategy or plan, there are a few questions that you need to clearly answer. How long should the entire process take? It is important to know the start and end of the process. What should be the key takeaways for your new employees? What would you want your new employee to learn, and how do you want them to feel after the process? How will you measure the success of your onboarding process? You need to create concrete objectives for each step of the process so it will be easier to identify areas of improvement at the end. Okay, let's dive into the onboarding process. Compliance. This step aims to provide information on the organization's policies, processes, and benefits. On the first day, or at least within the first week, the employee should be provided with all the information about the processes, policies, and benefits. This can be in the form of training sessions, materials, or documentation, and should include everything from the company compliance, insurance, and liabilities to the organization's policies on leave, diversity, and inclusion. This would be a good opportunity for the new employees to sign any compliance forms necessary. Clarification. This step provides clarity on the responsibilities and roles of the position. It is vital that there is a discussion on the specific role and the expected outputs of the job. This would be the point at which the manager comes into the onboarding process to give a clear picture of what the role would involve. This should also include identification of colleagues that the employee will be interacting and collaborating with more closely for this role. The process is usually an ongoing one, as the employee learns and slowly takes ownership of their role. This can be within the first 30 days of the job. We move on to training. This step aims to provide and facilitate training. Training is part of the long-term onboarding process and is best facilitated by the immediate manager. Even the most experienced employee should be provided with a training period to understand how processes function in their new organization or new team. This can be training on the use of any internal software program or specialized workflows and strategies that are used within the organization. Culture. This is where you facilitate the induction into the organizational culture. The experience that the new employee is exposed to on their first day and within the first week will communicate to them a lot about the organization's culture and interaction between colleagues. Introduce the employee to the organization's vision and mission, as well as the values. Even better, show them. Have a welcome lunch between the new employee and manager where they can discuss the company culture and create a more informal space for asking questions. Making connections. The aim here is to help form social connections with colleagues. While this is not entirely the responsibility of the manager or HR, but it is their job to facilitate communication between employees, encourage interpersonal relationships, and share information on networks and groups within the organization. For instance, if there is a staff association, social committee, young professionals group, or community service team, these groups should be included into the induction and orientation part of the onboarding process. It has also been recommended to assign a buddy or mentor to the new employee that can assist in navigating within the company, and if they move from another country, also help with questions. This can be for the first 3 months of the employee's time. Then we move to check-in and check-back. This step aims to gain feedback on the processes and measure success. Collect feedback to continuously improve the organization's onboarding process. Were all the tasks completed? Managers should formally check in with new employees during the first 30, 60, and 90 days to see how successful this onboarding process was in their eyes. It should be without saying, of course, that during this onboarding process, that the new employee is given the proper tools needed to work comfortably and efficiently, for example, a proper workstation and the necessary equipment and access to software and programs. We'll go quickly through some of the benefits of a good onboarding process. Some benefits of a good onboarding process include improved job performance, reduced stress for the new employee, better retention, as well as an increased employee satisfaction. Thank you. You have now come to the end of Module 4. We hope that all the information